Welcome to POL Classics. Be sure to check out the best of POL from over the years. It's at its most popular day and time, and guess what? It's only on WNEP+.
Hi everyone, I'm Stan Soa. Coming up next on Pennsylvania Outdoor Life, I'm going to give you a close-up look at what happened here at Lackawanna State Park on the opening day of the trout season.
And I'm Mike Stevens. Where else would you expect to find me on the opening day of trout season other than a place where they serve an awfully good breakfast?
And I'm Don Jacobs, and I'll take you to Schuylkill County, where the weather and the trout cooperated. So if you're hooked, stand by. Pennsylvania Outdoor Life is next.
Welcome to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. I'm Don Jacobs along with Stan Soa. And fishermen, believe it or not, you got what you asked for. The opening day of the Pennsylvania trout season. For as long as everybody can remember, Stan, this was the first time it did not rain or sleet or snow or have miserably bad weather. And I could say that that's probably what I remember too. This was the first time. And you have another first time for us.
Yeah, it's the first time. The point we want to make right here is that we are bringing you today's show taped on Saturday, the opening day of the trout season, because we just got back here to the cabin. Jake came back from where he was, Mike from where his story originated, and me from Lackawanna County. I went up to the Lackawanna State Park to check out a new event. It's a new happening because this is the first time ever that trout have been stocked in the Lackawanna State Park Lake for the opening day of the trout season. A dense fog greets the anglers who came early to the lake at Lackawanna State Park. So thick was the fog you felt you needed a knife to slice through it, creating somewhat of an eerie feeling, like a scene from the movie Jaws, but with a different twist. Here, everyone knows the big one is out there somewhere, but in this case, they want to catch it. There is a glimmer of hope in every angler's eye, a hope they'll be the ones to catch the big one. Boat launching can be hectic at any lake on opening day, but here, park personnel are on hand to assist and keep things moving along in an orderly fashion. Much of what we are showing you at this point in our story is happening long before the official starting hour of 8 o'clock. So it is a time of waiting, a time for reflection, and a time for budding hope that soon trout will fill the stringer. Anglers giving not a thought about what may be happening elsewhere. And that is as it should be, a time to pause and soak up the serenity of a peaceful morning, a time for families to get together. But this is also a story that is unique to Lackawanna State Park because this year is the first time ever that trout have been stocked here. One of the men responsible for this is Commissioner Paul Mahan.
3 years ago we started this. We had to have this lake resurveyed and get it under 200 acres. And Jerry Frost worked along with me. And today is what 3 years brought.
Yeah.
And you can see how many kids, the kids, I love to see the kids here. And we have 200 acres of shoreline here. It's perfect.
How many fish were stocked? Do you have any idea?
8,000, approximately 8,000.
It's officially 8 o'clock.
And with that, fishing lines are cast, marking the official opening of the 1998 trout fishing season. A local Lions Club worked hard to construct a structure called a warming shed. Member Joe Ofault tells us all about it.
This is the Benton Township Lions Club. We're a little club out of Fleetville, Pennsylvania, and we're a mere gang of 10, okay? We're limited in resources and manpower, and this building has taken a toll on us. We've been fooling with this for 8 years, but we're making great strides. The fireplace was finished, and with the help of God and some of the community, we'll get it finished this spring.
It's time now to visit with some anglers. Your name and where you're from?
Jeff Guzzi from Dunmore.
And Jeff, you have with you today?
I have my son Justin and my daughter April.
What's the fishing like right now? How's it been going?
The fishing's great. The catching's not so good.
I asked Jeff why he came to Lackawanna State Park Lake, and he said,
I'm here on Dad's orders, and I do whatever Dad says. And that's why my kids are here, because they're doing what Dad says, too.
And so if they don't catch fish, it's your fault, and if you don't catch fish...
It's my dad's fault.
Now you see what I mean about parents and their kids having fun together. Here's yet another father-son duo. This is Rich Seberg from Tunkhannock.
My son's 4 years old.
Seems to have plenty enough patience for a boy that age.
Yeah, he's a good fisherman. We started him out last year on some pond fishing and moving him up this year to some lake fishing. And he did real good last year and got quite an interest in it. And every day he talks about fishing. He learns a little bit more about it. And I think he knows more than Dad right now.
Let it not be said that there were no big fish stocked in this lake. Take a look at this one. And the name of the angler who caught it is?
Dave Walters.
Where are you from, Dave?
Nicholson.
And tell me, what kind of bait were you using?
I was using a minnow.
We caught up with Waterways Conservation Officer Walter Buckman. He gives us a look at the fishing activities from a boat angler's perspective, and he shares with us his thoughts as well as his concerns.
My name's Walter Buckman, originally born and raised in Scranton, and graduated a couple of years ago from the Fish and Boat Commission School, and my first assignment was in Cameron County in western Pennsylvania, and had a great opportunity to come back home where I live, where my family is and relatives, and decided to do that, and here we are back in Lackawanna County, so it's great to be here. Families is what it's all about. I mean, and seeing the young kids today catching fish is great, and we need to get them involved and come out here and enjoy themselves. What better way to enjoy yourself with the family? So the number one thing today that I'm concerned with is safety. We have water temperature that's probably in the mid-50s. Hypothermia sets in rather quickly. It's always advisable, it's not the law, but it's advisable to wear the life jacket. You get submerged in cold water and it doesn't take long, no matter how good of a swimmer you are, for hypothermia to set in. So the number one concern today is safety, making sure that people have a great time, hoping that they catch fish and just coming out and enjoying themselves.
Well, there you have it. That's what it looked like this morning up at the Lackawanna State Park. And Jake, I got to tell you, a lot of people up there, a lot of fathers and sons and mothers and daughters and all, having a good time, and everybody taking advantage of the fact that today, fortunately for us who are anglers, everybody had a nice day.
And you just told me there's a lot of trout left in there.
You bet. Big ones, too.
Well, we're going to get out and try that. We definitely are. We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to be joined by Mike Stevens out in Lycoming County, where he spent the day first with breakfast.
Welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. Here's the moon over Montgomery at daybreak. We were here, folks, because I can't bring myself to pass up breakfast.
It's one lure that always works.
Morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Mike Stevens. How are you? Good, you?
The folks from the Clinton Township Volunteer Fire Company were having their first big event in their brand new building, a trout season opening day breakfast. Mike Hausnick had all the right things to suit me on the menu.
Hot cakes, home fries, scrambled eggs, sausage, toast, orange juice, coffee, milk.
Yeah, just what you need to keep you going on a chilly opening day morning. This was a first-time event in a brand new building, but the way it came about wasn't the way anyone wanted it to happen. John Bryson is the company president.
January 17th, 96, we had a fire about 9 o'clock in the evening. Basically destroyed our social hall area, our support area. And we looked into rebuilding or renovating that structure compared to building a new one, and the company decided to go with the new building. That's where we're at today. It's been a long struggle.
But now there's a new building, and the fundraising breakfast on opening day was part of the effort to meet mortgage expenses. Everybody turned out to do something. Chief Glenn Emmert had the sausage under control.
Oh, there he goes again.
Oops.
Big 11 by 14.
Well, stuff happens. Anyway, a good time was had by all, and a lot of folks came by to enjoy a good, hearty breakfast. Lots of stuff to choose from, I'll tell you. Well, there goes the diet. I'll probably work it off during the day. I need to get in and out of the car a lot. Yeah, it'll disappear. So, our first stop isn't that far away. We'll have some traveling to do, eventually. As it turned out, right across the way from the Clinton Township Volunteer Fire Company is a honey hole known in these parts as Black Hole Creek. There is at least one appointment during the year that trout fishermen do not miss. It's 8 a.m., the opening day of the trout season. It was organized chaos, a friendly competition to see who got the first, the biggest, the most. It was a good hole along the Black Hole, a very good one. But upstream a little was 4-year-old Garrett Snyder. It was only his second year of fishing, but boy, I'll tell you, Garrett was just pulling them in.
Did you catch these?
Mm-hmm.
Did you?
I don't make catching.
Yeah.
I wish I'd had the time to learn something from him. I can never catch fish, but you know that already. Joanne Murphy was right upstream just a little. She'd caught 3 trout, 1 for every year of her age. Gee, these two obviously know something I don't. Then down to Big Muncie Creek in Picture Rocks. You couldn't ask for a prettier place to fish in. And if you needed proof that there were fish in this stream, all you had to do was ask Will Weaver of Lewisburg. Take a look at this one. This fish, folks, would do you proud. No doubt about it.
You got a nice fish. What are you taking them on?
Minis.
Are you?
Yeah. All of them.
That big one give you much of a fight?
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, one guy said, oh, to go get another reel, another rod. Took too long to get him in.
There were trophies still to be had. You see that golden bar out in the water? Yes, it's a palomino, and it had been taken once earlier, but the fishermen did everyone a favor and put it back in. Others took their chances, got a couple nods of interest from the palomino, but it wasn't in the mood to be serious. There was a good turnout here, and some fish were coming out of the water, so what more could you ask? This little section of the Big Muncie Creek is always a productive spot. One final stop before leaving the area and coming home for the day. It's on the edge of Lairdsville, and this creek has a good following. There's a lot of interesting nooks and crannies to keep your attention. And it's a wonderful place to spend a little time, even if you turn up empty. Well, this is a pretty good place to end our tour of activities on this opening day of trout season, 1998, at this little creek just outside of Lairdsville. Hope you had a good day today and managed to fill your creel, or at the very least, take home a few good memories. Pennsylvania Outdoor Life will continue in a moment, right after these messages.
Welcome back to the opening day of trout season here in Pennsylvania. Well, so far in our show, we've taken you north. Mike Stevens took us west, and now it's time for Jake to head south a bit.
Head south. And you know, Stan, you went to a state park, a lot of firsts going on there, and hopefully traditions that'll start along. Like, I used to have a tradition. I used to fish with my dad on the opening day. A lot of families that we met in Schuylkill County make a tradition out of the opening day at Locust Lake State Park, and that's where we started our morning. And my morning began with a cup of hot coffee along the fire at the camping area at Locust Lake State Park, joined by the Clay and Faust family of Schuylkill Haven. They make this a tradition every year of camping and getting ready for the opening day of the trout season. And actually, it's about 10 after 7, and we're preparing to head down to the lake to start the day's festivities. We get skunked every year. Every year, but this year we plan on doing good.
Is this a tradition with your family?
Yeah, this is the third year now that we've been doing this, and we intend to keep coming back.
Ranger Ed Gerard tells us many families make this a traditional yearly event.
Traditionally, we open up the camping grounds the opening day of trout season. There are 88 sites open usually at the beginning of the year. We expand to 282 throughout the camping season.
Okay, our friends from Schuylkill Haven have their boat in, ready to push out and do some fishing this morning. One thing's for sure, the weather's perfect for the opening day of the trout season. Just take a look at the lake behind me, Locust Lake State Park. People are ready for that 8 o'clock start. We've got about another 10 minutes, and it'll be the first cast. Joe Roman of St. Clair helped his daughter Carrie get ready for the first bite from a trout.
Here you go. Here you go.
Come on.
First of the year. First of the year.
You beat our old record.
All right. There it is. Hey, tell him to get out of your way. Yo, you go. We need to be proud of you. There he is.
All right, honey.
Hold him up. Hey, Care. Hold him up. You gonna hold him for him? Hold him for the guy. Got him.
All right, honey. Joe shared the shoreline with his whole family, and one at a time they filled their stringers with Pennsylvania trout. Stanley Kays of Shenandoah pulled in some fish. And how you doing fishing? You caught a couple?
Oh, a couple, 3 so far.
How long you been trout fishing?
Oh, for about 70 years.
70 years?
I'm 81.
Oh, goodness gracious. And you enjoy getting out still, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Karen Crassa and Mark Kelly of St. Clair walked out early with their limits. What were you catching them on?
It's a secret.
It's a secret?
Yep.
Well, it's certainly a good secret.
Too early in the year to tell.
And Kevin, where are you from, Kevin?
St. Clair.
From St. Clair. What's your secret today? You caught 2 nice fish in there. What are you catching them on?
Nightcrawler.
On night crawlers. Kyle Shue of Coltmont landed a dandy. Now, I'm told that that's your first trout?
Yes.
Well, congratulations. Turn to the camera and show everybody. You should be proud of that fish.
I am.
Okay. And Michelle Little loves trout fishing.
Or do you do this
No,
often?
I do this every year.
Well, you got 3 of them. Smile for the camera. Give us that hero look. There you go.
My name is Heather Ostage. I'm from Hellertown, Pennsylvania.
We just saw you catch a fish, and you're doing quite well today. Do you enjoy fishing?
Yeah, very much. It's one of my favorite things to do.
From what you see here, is this a typical opening day of the trout season here?
No, this is very atypical. It's usually much busier. And I figured with the nicer weather we've had this year as opposed to the previous years that it would be a lot busier, but this is a lot less.
It doesn't get any better than this down here.
Yeah, they were successful all morning at Locust Lake State Park, so we decided to head on down the road near Frackville to the Whippoorwill Dam and the South End Field and Stream Club. The Fish and Boat Commission stocks about 1,000 fish in here for the opening day a couple times throughout the season. And yes, people were catching fish here too.
Buddy.
Pottsville.
Take a look at this stringer. Buddy Calloway of Pottsville landed a real beauty.
I still have to catch one.
Helen Aponic is the president of the association.
It's a fishing place, and it's a park for scouts, and we have we have people coming from all over. It was very crowded. It was all around the dam. There were people here. There's people here at 6:30 this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice job. What's your name?
Brad.
And Brad, where are you from?
Monterey City.
Yeah, and what are you catching them on, Brad?
Powder bait, minnows, and that's all.
There you go, Stanley. We're catching fish on everything. Minnows, worms, bait. And you know, I guess if I couldn't be fishing with my daughters or my father, I like standing next to kids smiling as they reel fish it.
Having a good time.
Oh, we had a great time. Doug Engel and I walked around those state parks and those areas this morning laughing at kids catching fish.
Great. All right, well, that's our look at the opening day here in Pennsylvania. When we come back, we're going to be looking at our product demonstration and giveaway. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. Stan, it is a beautiful day for the opening day of the trout season, and a beautiful day to be in our log cabin front porch.
Yeah, we ought to be getting chairs out here and doing more of the shows out here when the weather's nice.
I'm sure we're going to go after our news director for that, I'll tell you that much.
I've got here in front of me right now, Jake, are a host of lures that we're going to be giving away. Yep. These spinnerbaits are from Fox's Den Sporting Goods in Mahoopany, and they made them up special for us to give away to some lucky trout fishermen.
Yep, I see silver, copper.
Yep, they all do work.
Yep.
Of course, if you're not a trout fisherman, you prefer to go to for bass, we've got some Excalibur 10-pound test line, Rebel lure, and 4 Excalibur lures that work well for those big bucket mouth bass.
Absolutely.
And again, these from Fox's Den Sporting Goods, and if you will.
And I saw spinners like that catching fish today.
They work both in streams and lakes.
They do. And here we go. We're going to spin that bucket and we'll pick one lucky winner. In case they're not a fisherman of trout or a fisherman of bass, they'll be able to choose what they want to use. And there you go.
And what a nice gift if you don't fish.
There you go.
Okay, it's all going to Cheryl Miskyle of Dallas, Pennsylvania. Cheryl, congratulations.
Congratulations. Now, be sure to tune in next week because we're going to get people started for the turkey season. We've got a great turkey season advancer and much more.
Okay, that does it for this week on Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. For Don Jacobs, Doug Engel, Mike Stevens, and everybody behind the scenes, I'm Stan Soa, wishing all of you the very best in the outdoors of Pennsylvania.
Good night.
Good night.
Pennsylvania Outdoor Life is a local presentation of WNEP-TV. We're proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania.
Catch the big ones.
Thank you for joining us. Be sure to tune in Sundays at 6:30 for more POL classics. The best of POL in its most popular time slot, Sunday at 6:30, and it's only on WNEP+.